Hell yeah, we are now live. Live on Fox News. All right, cool. Christian Cervantes. All right, let me check. Soft spoken. Ooh, soft spoken. What does that mean? Carissa joined. This is the slowest time of the day for that, but hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Deja Marie. Oh, Life Fast created a treasure box. What does that mean? What does that mean? I got a treasure box. Christine, thank you so much for following the live. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Would you like to ask a question? And they're gone. Curious to see a reading. Yeah. What question would you like? Deja Marie, thank you so much for the heart. Please feel free to ask a question. Oh boy. All right, cool. Christine is asking if it's worth to move forward on suing Erica. All right, let's get a card for you. Nope. There you go. Okay. Okay. We got the Death card. This is the Death card. If we're asking a yes or no question, that will be a yes. If we are asking the meaning of the card, this is the card of endings. That's the card of moving on. That's the card of something that, goes away. So, since we don't know exactly what was the motive, what really happened, that really goes with your own decision. But this shows that that is something really, really bad. Something really bad happened between the both of you. Yeah, well, if she's been harassing you, then, ain't no contacts. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how the legal parts of those things goes as it goes, but you can always go through the legal channels and see what you can do to suppress her trying to contact you, or suppress what is she doing to spy on your kids. So if it's something that's been really bugging you and taking your peace of mind, it is most likely worth to take a look at it. You are very welcome. Yeah, your peace of mind is number one. Your peace of mind is number one. If someone is taking your peace of mind away and they're harassing you, they're not being a grown adults. So you know how that goes. All right, let's see what else we got here. Southern Belle, are you still there? Yeah, no. Just don't engage with provocations. Don't engage in any way whatsoever. If I was the one being received a bunch of threats and a bunch of stuff, I would document all of that and either take legal action or whatever it is, but go through the right channels. You know what I mean? Southern Belle is asking, will Robert and I be together soon? You're very welcome, Christine. We got the sun. As a yes or no question, that would be a yes. As the sun, that's a card of happiness. So you're looking good over there, Southern Belle. You're very welcome. Please don't forget to hit them likes or share. That helps me a lot. Let's see. Parnell Davids, are you still there? Maryland is on the top of the list, it looks like. Um, after Southern Belle. Okay. All right. Parnell, I guess you are top one now after Southern Belle. Let's see. Is it truly over with me and Klonda? Is it over between Parnell and Klonda? We got the Wheel of Fortune on reverse. If you look at it, there is a creature holding the Wheel of Fortune. I will make a very, very good assessment on that, Parnell. Try to make sure that you guys are in good standing. Try to make sure that the situation between you, both of you, were not necessarily, it didn't end up bad and messy. If it ends up bad and messy, sometimes it's just better to let people heal, give them time and space. But being on the Wheel of Fortune on reverse, I will be careful with your action, okay? Just be logical in it. Marilyn is asking, should I wait for Richard to contact me? All right, Marilyn's question, should Marilyn wait for Richard to contact? Marilyn is asking if she should wait for Richard to contact. What is it? We got the Page of Cups on reverse. I would say no, you should not wait. Number one, I say no. Because number one is Page of Pentacles. So the pentacles are, it's the earth element. It's a very slow moving element. It's usually something that you can hold. Um, so I would say if you're gonna wait for him, it may take a little time for that to happen. So if you want it, go get it. All right, let's see. We also got Jackie. Jackie is asking if they will get a job next month. Let's see here. Jackie, we got the Empress card. So that will be a positive outcome, most likely. Yes, make sure you stay on your power. Make sure you are confident. Make sure you are able to receive. Make sure that you are able to accept what comes your way. You are very welcome. Guys, I really appreciate if you guys follow for more content so you can receive alerts whenever I'm on. Appreciate that. Brianna is asking, will me and my boyfriend Orlando conceive a baby soon? Let's see. Is Brianna and her boyfriend going to conceive a baby soon? Nine of Cups, that's the card of happy. That's the card of being content, many relationships. Brianna, we all know what you guys got to do to make a baby. We all adults here, so keep trying. Keep trying. You gotta try it. Oh boy. Cece, will Ted and I reconcile? Let's see what Cece is asking about Ted. Will Cece and Ted reconcile? Denise, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate you. All right, CC. In a regular reading, I mean, if it was like a yes or no question, I would have said yes. But the card that got out for you is the Five of Cups. So, being a mixed message, I would focus on getting out of the grief, learning how to live without that person, and if that person decides to show up later on, you're not simply sitting in the simply sitting in depression until they show up. So start to accept what happened, start to accept the laws. If they come back, if they come back, maybe one day, one time, then you will be happy that it happened. But the Five of Cups is a card of grief, the card of, not letting go of the past, crying over the spilled milk. So make sure that you guys, make sure you accept what happened. As you accept what happens, you detach of the situation, you detach yourself of the outcome, and then whatever happens next will be just gain. Salima on YouTube, good morning. How are you? All right, Miss Denise Anderson is asking. Denise Anderson is asking, will Denise and Manuel still be friends? Let's find out. Denise, you got the devil card out. If it was a yes or no, I would say yes, but being the devil card, that's most likely like a contradiction. So I would advise you to reevaluate your friendship. If it's a friendship that is toxic, ask yourself if it would actually be a good idea to come back and still be friends. There's a possibility that they might try to come back and still be friends, but again, make a really hard assessment. And is this really going to be healthy for myself, or is this going to be healthy for that other person? Okay. Yeah. There is a little time, to adapt to the new reality of whatever happened and accept whatever happened. But again, if it was toxic, if it was something really bad, awkward, toxic, if you feel like this is gonna be a toxic relationship between you and him, you gotta make that assessment. But I can't tell you what to do. You guys have to be responsible for your own lives. Yeah. Berenice, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate you. Salima, let me get a card for you. You're very welcome, Denise. A card for Salima on YouTube. Let's see what we got. All right, we got the Hermit. Salima, we got the Hermit. The Hermit is all about, isolating on purpose, not necessarily isolating to, just to get out. But if you feel like you need to have a little long time, that might be important for you. If there has been too much information around you, it might be important that you take that time for yourself. You think about the things you have right now at this moment. Um, I just saw this little skull over here at the corner. Make sure that, purposeful isolation does not become a problem, does not become actual depression. Okay. Be mindful of that. Good morning, Brando. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Let me get to Bernice real quick, and I'll get back to you, Brandon. Okay. Bernice is asking, does Michael still want a relationship with me? What do we have for Bernice and her relationship with Michael? Oop. All right, Bernice, we got the King of Wands on reverse. That is, on a yes or no. Being on a reverse, I would have to say it's a no. And being as if we look at the card meaning, I would say if this person really wants you back, they will take action. The King of Wands is a card of action. Being on a reverse, he is just hot headed. He just does not want to move. He's just being egoistical. So take that as it resonates. If they really want it, they will take the action. If they done you wrong, they will apologize. They will recognize. Okay. All right, Brando. Let's see what we got for you. But Brandon. Sorry, Brandon. Let's get a card pull for you. Nope. All right, Brandon. We got the King of Swords on reverse. Brandon. That's the card of the guy that's cruel. He's got a sharp tongue. He can use your intelligence, the intelligence, so all the wrong things. Someone that's very cruel. So I would most likely, if I was taking that card for myself, you know, I would see as a warning to not be too harsh to others, not be too harsh to yourself. Watch how you communicate to others. Does that make sense? Communication might be something you need to work at big time. Does that make sense to you, Brandon? Cool. Awesome. Happy to help. We got Wayne Huffman on TikTok. Thank you so much for following and sharing the live. Wayne is asking, will Colleen and I get married with each other? Let's see. Okay. All right, Wayne. So we got the two up swords on reverse. Okay. If it was a yes or no, that would be like a direct no. But looking at the card meaning, you most likely will need more data. You most likely will need to work on communication. Swords are communication and your minds. So make sure you guys got all of the facts straight before you understand what is really being married. You're legally signing a document. You're legally bound to each other. Um, being married is not just about love. It's literally living together. It's being tied to each other. So make sure you get that figured out first. As I usually say, the future is not final. The future is not set in stone. This card, it just means that you got to work on something right now. So I would check on how you guys communicate, on how you guys trust each other. If you see she is blindfolded over here, see how you guys trust on each other. See how you guys believe in each other. and that may be very important. Candy Crush, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate you. Candy Crush is asking, "Hi, will I hear from Renee?" Let's check it out. Do an extra shuffling over here. Nope. Wayne, thank you so much for the heart. I appreciate you. Candy Crush, you got the Ten of Cups. That's the card of family, card of happiness. You will most likely hear from them. Now we need to ask ourselves, how can we make sure that will happen? Do not fall into, forgetfulness. Don't do, if you remember, if you want to be seen, if you want to be remembered, you got to be seen somehow. So ask yourself, how can I make sure that my image is somewhat out there so he can remember to contact me back? Does that make sense? Whole beans. All right, let's see who else we got in here. Deborah, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate you. Jennifer Alvarez, thank you so much for following. Deborah, let's see what your question is. Is my grandson okay? Do I need to get him? Let's check about your grandson. See what we got for him. Ocean Dream on YouTube. Hello there. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. I'll get back to you shortly, okay? A card for Deborah's grandson, please. There we go. Got one. We got the Three of Swords. That is a card of healing. I would say that is a okay card. Just make sure, if you need to check on them, give them a call. If you don't have, contact with that person, with your grandson, make sure someone else checks on him, check on his well-being. But that is a card of healing when it's on the reverse. Boom. Actually, I'll just do one. Block. There you go. Blocked. Let's see what else we got here. Seg Lover, thank you so much for following. You're very welcome, Deborah. Mm-hmm. All right, let me just get Ocean Dream on YouTube. He's asking, or she's asking, may I know if Imad desires me physically? Thank you. Ashley, thank you so much for the rose. I will be right back with you. That's the Five of Pentacles, Ocean Dream. It does not look very positive on that one, just because the Five of Pentacles is like being left out in the dark or being left out in the cold. Check your expectations on, what you see in this person and how they perceive you. If you are actually looking to get together with someone, ask yourself, how can I, if we talk about, being out in the cold, how can I warm things up with this person? How can I actually get together, get to know them better? Sometimes people just need a little extra. Now let's check on Ashley Logan. Will James propose to me soon? Now, let's see. You're very welcome. Will James propose to Ashley soon? Okay, we got the Queen of Cups on reverse. Ashley, make sure that you guys are actually like together. You understand each other's feelings. You understand each. You are patient with each other. That does not mean this is final, but it is important. If you want to marry somebody, you gotta completely understand them inside and out. Close this. There you go. All right, Sag Lover is asking, hello, new person on YouTube. SMLWY. Hi. All right, Sag Lover is asking Selena. Selena is asking, will Ronald come back to me? Will Ronald come back to Selena? Selena, we got the Eight of Cups. There is a possibility, yes. We are probably just sitting and wondering about it. Ask yourself, is that really what you want? Is it better just to let that person go? Is it better just to move on with your things while you wait for them? This is usually the card of, leaving things behind. That's the card of leaving. But he might be coming towards you if that's the case. So as a yes or no, being on the upright, I would say yes. But do not be sitting and waiting until that person comes. All right. Who else we got? Samantha, are you still there? Samantha is asking, will 2026 be a better year for me and Luis? Let's check it out. We got Seven of Swords. That's the card of coming clean. Stop cutting corners. Yes, it can get better. It can get better if you guys stop cutting corners, if you guys start communicating with each other properly. Hopefully there is no cheating, because that is also the card of cheating. But on the reverse, that's the card of coming clean. So clear communication is important between the both of you. Brian, are you still there? All right, a question for you, Brian. Let's check it out here. Brian is asking, oh, gee, that was quick. Me and Jonathan reconnect back together in a good way soon. That was quick. It just jumped out. Bloop. We got the Four of Wands. That's the card of family. That's the card of structure. And yes or no question, I would say it's a yes. Looking at the meaning of the card, I would say, how can you make sure that what actions can you take to make sure that that actually will happen? Will there maybe be a party? Will there maybe be a reunion? Or, you know, but get yourself structured. Structure is the main keyword for this card. Okay, family and structure. Marianne, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate you. Marianne is asking, will Alex come back and be with me? Will Alex and Marianne get back together? We got the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is the lady who is the provider. If it was a yes or no question, that would be like a yes. Make sure you're nurturing this idea. Make sure you're taking action. You have all the bases covered if he decides to come back. But she is the provider. Mama G, thank you so much for following. You're very welcome, Marianne. You're very welcome. Thank you for following. Is it Yorissa? I think it's Yorissa. Yorissa. All right. Well, I moved back into my kid's dad's house this month. All right. So we got here the Seven of Wands. So as a yes or no on the upright, I would judge that as a yes. That's cool. But then be ready to not engage into any fights. Be ready to not be in a defensive position. Be ready to not engage into anything bad. You know, if it happens, if you take action, and you know, if the opportunity comes and you take action, make sure you're going to be able to defend yourself properly. But do not do not do not do not engage into any fights. Do not get into any inflammatory situation. All right. And Kira Ray, hello there on YouTube. And Kira Ray, are you just looking for a card, or do you have a specific question? All right. Yes, just a card. All righty. All right. What do we have for Ankita Ray? What do we have for Ankita Ray? Okay. So this is the Nine of Pentacles on reverse. Make sure that you are, even though money may not be 100% where you want to be, make sure to keep working. Work on your connections. That's the card of money. On the reverse, that's the card of not having money. I would say don't work harder, work smarter. Money. You're very welcome. User many, many numbers, Ramon. Thank you so much for following. Ramon is asking if his ex, Christina, is coming back to reconcile. All right, a card for Ramon trying to reconcile with Christina. What does he need to hear? Oh, got it. We got Knight of Swords. As a yes or no, I would say that is probability for yes. As a Knight of Swords, this is the guy who is the go-getter. He goes, he says the truth, he says what he needs to say. So if you guys do engage, together, make sure that you guys are very logical about what happened. If you need to apologize, so make sure you apologize. If she's the one who needs apologizing, then again, try to not have a very sharp tongue. Sharp tongue. Oh my God, a sharp tongue. Jesus. A sharp tongue. Uh, but work on that communication, all right? Communication is key, especially with that card. It's pretty easy to get lost on that. Oh, but this happened. This didn't happen. And then everybody gonna start pulling the stories from the past. So you don't want that. You want to get to the problem, fix the problem, and work together on how you're gonna, not commit the same problem again, regardless of what happened. Cool. And thank you for the likes. And today's pretty slow. Pretty slow. TikTok doesn't like me so much today. Asking if you're gonna work for HOAG. All right, let's see. It may be possible. You got a Two of Cups. There is a probability that's a yes, and that's getting together. Work on your connections, your relationships. I would say check on your connections. Get acquainted to someone who can push you. He's gone. Jenny B. Eskimo.
Cinematic photo track.
Duh. Cinematic photo track. Cool. Ooh. Oh, okay. Slowly but surely. All right, while nobody shows up, I am going to open up the door because it's warm as hell. Jesus, it's warm in here. Whew. There we go. God dang, it's warm. It is warm as hell. It is warm as hell. So warm. Kayla Fortuna, you're thinking of living in a van? Oh, all right. Well, is this a good choice? It depends. Number one, you're gonna have to think about how you're gonna make money while you're living in a van on the go, right? You're gonna need fuel to move around, and you're gonna need a way to get resources, which is money. So if you have a steady income coming in, yeah, that's cool. But you got to think about where you're going to sleep. You're going to probably sleep in the van. I'll get a card for you. Let's get a card for you. Let's see. The Hierophant. Yeah. So I got the Hierophant on the reverse. I would say to you, Kayla, make sure all of your bases are covered, all of your structures are covered. And also, the Hierophant is a card of religion, marriage, maybe a job, a career, whatever that may be, right? So think about how you're gonna keep yourself structured throughout that time that you plan to go out and be out and about. You just started reading the Bible again, yeah. So I've gone out on the road. I didn't live in a van out at one point. At one point in my life, I did decide to pack things up and just go. It was an adventure, yes. Was it the best idea? No. I was not in a very good time of my life when I did it. But you got to think about on how you're gonna keep yourself, how you're gonna take a shower, how you're gonna find shelter, all of those things, and how you're gonna have income to fill up that van and move around and buy food. Just so think about that before you take any rash decisions. And having some sort of religion, something. Oh, you just hate being a nurse. But yeah, having a religion, something to hold on to, something to believe in. Don't be delusional. Don't be completely delusional. But having something to believe in should most likely also keep you grounded, if that makes sense. Anna Nixon, I am doing very well. Thank you so much. How are you today? And we also got George. Does Lucy have feelings for me still? Let's check on that. Got the Ten of Pentacles on reverse. George. That's the card of, inheritance, money. But since it's on a reverse, I will give you a direct no. Ria, will Brandon reach out to me this month? Let's see. Ria is asking, will Brandon reach out to them this month? No, we got less than, we only got 15 days pretty much on the month right now. So we ain't got a whole lot of time. Too many. How about this one? We got the Eight of Wands. That's the card of movement. The card of change is coming. So being within only 15 days, there is a probability, yes. As long as someone is taking action. If, it really depends on who's taking the action over here. Ismail or Ismail, will Landon go to jail soon? Oh, gee, you guys. All right, I'll pull a card. Will Landon go to jail soon? That sounds like drama. All right, we got the... Oh my God. We got the Queen of Wands upright. As a yes or no, I would say yes, a yes. But action needs to be taken. So there's still action to be taken. Yeah, Ria, I did answer your question. Yes, you got the Eight of Wands. That's the card of quick action. So most likely, yes, they should contact you back. Ria or Raya, sorry. And then for Ismail is, yeah, that will be most likely a yes. That's the Queen of Wands. She the cool lady. She the cool lady. Watching me, watching you. Watching me, watching you. Anna is asking, does my boyfriend send me signs that he is around me? Anna, what does that mean? Did he pass? Oh, Anna. He passed. Okay. I'll get your card. I'm sorry that happened. Okay. I would say this is the cloudy mind. Yeah, that's the cloudy mind. So I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I did also had a partner who passed 5 years ago or 4 years ago. It was in 2021. Um, what I can tell you is this: you can only hold yourself to the memories, right? Um, how long did it happen? Oh, so it's very recent and it's very fresh. Okay. Um, yeah, you will most likely still feel his presence somehow. I hope you heal. Okay. Make sure you're not stuck into the what ifs because that was a big one for me as well. We get stuck on what if it didn't happen? What if this? What if that? Um, you're gonna feel pain, you're gonna feel anger, you're gonna feel all sorts of things. Yeah, it does not. It's hard to actually, when you're going through the grieving process, it takes it takes a very hard time for you to get into the reality that that person is not around anymore. So try to be very kind to yourself. Don't try to feel any guilt whatsoever, because a lot of times we also feel guilt when we are in a grieving process. Um, but when I advise you, one day, this is like far away down the road. Okay, when you feel like the depression is hitting hard, is hitting like you're just missing him, like it's crazy business. Do not get rid of his pictures, but put them in a very special place. Because then, if one day you want to go back to them pictures, then you have a place to go. But do not, do not have those constant memories always showing up, because it will make your. I know it feels kind of cold saying that, and it probably feels kind of cold hearing that too. But that will make you stay stuck in that loop. So try to not stay stuck in the loop. Okay. And I know it sucks. It does sucks a lot, a lot. Yeah, I know, I know. But it's the best thing you can do is try to. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It's really complicated to tell you those things too. Because I know if someone told me that in back in the day, I would think that it sounds cold. Um, but I would, you know, just try to save his memory in the best way as possible and hope that he is in a better place right now. I hope you stay well. Jaylene's is asking, oh, Sky, will my man, Jaylene Torres, stop his cheating games and choose me for everything? Sky, do y'all need a beating? Okay, yeah. All right. All right. Number one. I mean, that was actually on the reverse. That's the Queen of Swords. That's the lady who speaks the truth. and she's cold, and she's cunning, and she's cruel. Now, Sky, I will ask you. Sky, I ask you. Why would you be waiting for a man who is cheating on you? That is not healthy for you. That is not healthy at all. Mm-mm. That is not healthy. And whoever tells you, yeah, that's a bad deal. Okay, that's a bad deal. And stop watching Toxic Tarot, please. Don't be watching Toxic Tarot. Hey, Crystal, how's it going? Gorgeous Gracie, how's it going? Thank you for following. Vernon is asking, will Kayla come back to me in 2026? Yeah, guys, don't be watching no toxic tarot that just tells you to get yourself into more drama. Okay? Don't get yourself in drama, please. Ugh. With all due respect, don't get yourself in drama. Get out of the drama. Vernon, you got the Four of Swords. That's a card of rest, the card of putting things to rest, putting your mind to rest. If it was a yes or no, yes as upright, that would be a short yes, but it doesn't tell much. If we look at the card meaning, um, I would advise you to just put the situation to rest. Put the situation to rest. Take care of your mind. Take care of your body. Take care of your business, career, whatever that may be. Let go of any expectations that you may have for this person. And if they actually do come back to you, hey, that's a plus. And make sure that is a healthy situation. Good deal. Cool beans. You're very welcome. What you up to, Crystal? Yep, you're good. You are just fine. I appreciate you stopping by. That helps a lot. You have no idea. Thank you for the support. Thank you. Well, you let me know. I'm pretty much halfway through this deck, so I might have to move on to a new deck soon. Oh boy. Gonna start adding a bunch of stuff on the screen. Put a goal. What? Really can't. Oh. Why can't I? Oh, okay. I see. There you go. There you go. I'll move this here. And I'll change this here. A reading in general? Yeah, I can. All right. Let me reset my YouTubes. I'm gonna reset my YouTubes here. Hold on.